now if you want to.
And representation. We want it all. We want a good
Yes.
representation of the whole landscape of the world,
Listen, I don't know
including
if you guys see.
dragon. We need
Yeah.
dragon representation.
Yes. Lord, logical of how genius. Come on. Like what? That
Jesse,
like my you know what my flag, my sigil would be? It would be the meme guy that does this. Like that would be my sigil. Like the guy that's pointing to his head, like nodding. That's my sigil for the logical genius. For house genius.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
So in the building again. Welcome to another episode of the My 5 Cents podcast. Oh, let me go ahead and reintroduce the cast of characters. We got Logical Genius in the building.
What's up, everyone?
We got HLS in the building.
what's up, everybody?
And we still have our illustrious guest, Jessie Liang in the building.
Hello.
Yes. And this is part 2 of the top 5 shows I'd guest spot on in a heartbeat. And we're going to do a little bit of a recap on our list. And I will start us off. My 5 cents on the topic I had at number 5, Law and Order. At number 4, Hot Ones. Number 3, Amazing Race. Number 2, Grey's Anatomy. And at number 1, Abbott Elementary. HLS, what did you have?
At number 5, At Amazing Race. At number 4, MTV's The Challenge. Number 3, The Cosby Show. Number 2, Mr. Beast Games. And number 1, Friday Night Lights.
For my top 5, I needed a medical drama. I went with The Pit. I needed a comedy. I went with The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I needed some espionage and government thriller. I went with Jack Ryan. I need some martial arts and kung fu. So I went with Warrior. And number 1, I went with Game of Thrones.
So what we're about to do next is we're about to get into a little bit of cross-examination, Jessie. So do you have any questions for us on our list?
Okay, let's see. Well, I did have a question for Logical. Why Jack Ryan and not Reacher? Same.
You know what? It's funny.
streaming
I
service.
started. So Reacher's on season 3 right now, right? I just started catching up on season 3, and Reacher is it's a little bit more raw and it's a little bit more local, right? So it takes place usually in the United States or whatever. So if I want to be a guest character, I would want to go international, right? So with Jack Ryan, they had international locations. Why not get a free trip out of it? But no, I think Jack Ryan is more of a global thriller, right? I mean, and Reacher does also does go into conspiracy and kind of corruption and all of that. But I prefer the global aspect of Jack Ryan. That's why I went with Jack Ryan.
Okay. Valid answer. So.
Yes.
How are you with spice if you're going to be on Hot Ones?
I'm very spicy.
Oh.
I think that I can make it to the atomic. See, we come from Haitian descent. We are the masters of the pickles, okay? We believe in spice. So I think that I can make it all the way to the end and smile about it. So yes, Hot Ones, not only does it make you feel like you made it because it is the it show right now, but yeah, I get them free wings.
That's true. Free wings, you get the hot sauces too.
Yeah.
Would you do the last dab?
I would.
Oh, and would you not drink any milk or water? You're just going to go dry to the end?
I don't know if I can guarantee.
Don't lie. He would be drinking on wing 1.
It's getting hot already.
Jesse, wing 1. Wing 1. He's gonna drink
all that. I'll try my best, but I might need some milk. Okay, I might need some
after the first wing.
Okay. It's interesting. I've had an encounter with the bomb. It's horrific. It's just as bad as you see it on the show. So
wow.
Yeah. Okay. And the last question would be for HLS. So you said Mr. Beast Games and that
Yeah.
he would give money for people to walk away as well before you even go into the game and know how much you could actually make. So how much would you want to receive in order to walk away?
I want a mill. A mill is good. I'm good with a mill. I'm not greedy. I'm not greedy. He was giving away 5. I could walk away with 1.
So you're, you're
Wow.
not greedy, but you're cheap. So you will walk away with $5 just so you have $5 more in your pocket.
Listen, I am cheap. I am frugal. I own that, and I wear that as a badge of honor. That's why $1 million is not too much to ask for.
Okay.
I can make it last.
And how far would you go if that was the prize? Like one of the games that he's done, would you ever be like, you know what? It's not worth it. Not worth a mill. I'm walking away.
So that's the beauty of this game, right? If you watch it in its entirety, I think he started out with 1,000 people. And off rip, he said, listen, I'll give people, I think, $20,000 just to walk away. Just to walk away.
Mhm.
No, I'm lying. He was giving away $1 million to walk away. But the more people that started walking away, they split that $1 million. And it ended up about 20,000 apiece after everybody walked away.
Oh.
So watching that, when you know you can go at anytime, I'm walking away with something. And I would like to walk away with $1 million.
Okay.
I think it's a fair amount.
Would you do Squid Games?
I was
I
thinking
love
Squid Games.
I love Squid Games, the show, and I love Squid Games, the reality show. I think both.
Oh, yeah, there's 2. Okay, well, would you do the
yeah.
reality show? You love the reality shows here.
I would in a heartbeat.
Oh,
Squid Games is Mr. Beast is literally like Squid Games, like the American version.
With no killing, though.
I
Yeah,
was
with no
gonna say
dying.
probably
It's
less
yeah.
dying, I would hope.
Yeah, yeah. I love the mental Olympics of some of these reality shows where it's
Mhm.
like there's backstabbing, but yet you want to be friends with everyone, but yet you don't want to hurt feelings,
Yeah.
but yet you want to make it for them. Like people say, like, "Oh, I love you, we're friends." I don't want to. Stop lying. You're there for the money. You wouldn't be on the show if it wasn't for money. And people walk away empty-handed because they make all these friendships. No, run me my money. Run me my money.
I mean, some people are in it for their 15 minutes of fame, no?
True. Some people are. Some
Oh,
people
yeah.
are. Some people are.
All right. Well, I think I got all the answers I needed.
All right. So, Jesse,
Okay.
I have something for cross-examination.
Oh,
And I need you to stick with me. All right.
Mhm.
Don't fall
Name
for
of-
it, Jesse.
No, Jesse. Me and you. I'm talking to Jesse right now. You stay back there. All right. Name of this show is My 5 Cents or Top 5. The topic is top shows that I'd guess spot on in a heartbeat. The struggle I have with these 2 guys' list is they only have 3 shows. Cosby Show, Friday Night Lights, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Game of Thrones. They're no longer on air. How can you guest spot on a show that is no longer on air? Where's the logic in this? All of my shows are currently on air, and you could potentially guest spot on them. You can't guest spot on the Cosby Show no more. You can't do that on Fresh Prince. So I want you to take this into consideration as you are deliberating there, Jesse, that they did not follow the assignment. They each only gave 3.
Jesse?
I gave 5 that you could potentially
Jesse?
guest spot on. That's all I gotta
Jesse?
say. I rest my
Gosh.
case.
Let me tell you why that argument
Grasping at
is
straws.
straight. I am about 2.5 hours away from where Social Juvie is, and I can smell the bullshit in the air. I can smell it. Let me tell you why.
That's your list.
This show, and we introduced it. We said there is no criteria. The criteria is only up to you. So his criteria of shows that are still on doesn't even matter because it's your criteria, Jesse. It's yours. His argument is out the window.
Just think of the
Out the
topic,
window.
Jesse. Just think of the topic.
And here's the thing, Jesse. Like, we are very particular when it comes to show topics, right? Oftentimes we say, oh, of all time, no, in the last 10 years. So this never said anything about past shows, current shows, or whatever, right? So I don't know about that argument. It's a weak argument. It's someone who
Yeah,
has a bad
yeah.
list would use
My
as an
list is
argument.
amazing.
So
It's a trash list.
uh, the only thing amazing about your list is you have Amazing Race on it. That's the only thing amazing about it. That's it. Well, so here's the interesting angle. It's I was surprised, right? Because usually when you see guest star, right, that's what we have. That's what's the topic on our recording, guest star. Usually you see that perfect example, Law and Order. Din, 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 din. You play the show, opening credits, and the opening credits has the last thing is guest starring such and such, this actor. So the approach I took, as you can tell from my list, Jesse, is TV shows, right? And not reality shows, which I'm not saying reality shows aren't TV shows. So I was a little surprised. I'm not too surprised, but I was surprised that a lot of the lists, or a lot of shows that they had on their list, Social Juve and HLS, were reality-based shows as opposed to like being a character or a guest character on the show. So that's where I would knock their list, just because I was expecting to be, again, guest star, guest character, or something like that. I don't know. Mr. Beast, again, it's a reality show, it's a game show. Hot Ones, it's a show, but it's more of a interview type of show. Amazing Race is another reality show. I'm surprised HLS didn't say Survivor. Like that's one of. I'm surprised you put Amazing Race on there as opposed to Survivor, because I know you're a big Survivor fan as well. I think more than Amazing Race. So I was a little surprised by that. I'm not surprised by Friday Night Lights though with you, because Jesse, he has been trying to get our cousin, to watch this show in the WhatsApp group chat. Every single time someone says, "All right, guys, I caught up on the show. I need a show to watch." The first thing I expect from HLS's text is Friday Night Lights. Check it out. I'm like, and she's like, "No, I'm not watching this. It's been going on for like 5 years."
It's
5
a
years.
great show.
Tammy
It's a
is
great
like
show.
saying,
It's just
no.
not current. Now, if you put Friday Night Lights, the reboot that they're trying to do, then I would have been with you, HLS. But I'm sorry, the show's gone.
Jesse, you heard these arguments; they're all trash. So, Logical Genius did mention Survivor, and you earlier mentioned creating content. Some of these reality stars go on to legitimate acting careers. It happens. It happens.
I'm not saying that, but if we're talking about like a cool show to be on, I'm taking Game of Thrones over anything on your list. I'm sorry.
For you, sure. Game of Thrones is a fantastic show. I can't argue that. But how many black people have you seen on Game of Thrones that lasted for more than 10 minutes? I wouldn't make it there.
More than 10 minutes in that show. Everyone died.
I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't make it
what
far.
Are you talking about? He obviously never watched the show before.
I would be a peasant in the street of Game of Thrones.
Hey, tell us, have you watched Game of Thrones?
Have you watched Game of Thrones? The whole season. I haven't watched the spinoff yet, but I did watch the original.
So you know everyone dies within 10 minutes. That's their lifespan on the show.
Not Khaleesi.
What?
Khaleesi made it the whole season.
Well,
and
I don't want to spoil it for you because you obviously didn't watch that season.
Khaleesi made it to the end. She made it to the end. Same with her brother or her nephew or the uncle that she kissed. the guy who's supposed to be guarding the wall. What's that guy's name?
Oh my goodness! To all the Game of Thrones fans that are listening and watching this podcast, we apologize for the ignorance that HLS has on the show. But okay,
all right.
Yeah,
so Jesse,
we were not fact checked.
Yeah.
yeah.
We need a fact check ticker at the bottom, right? Like they did with the political debates.
Jesse, it's beginning to feel like it's decision time. You are now the Khaleesi of these lists. We want to know, who do you have in third place?
Who has the worst list?
Okay. I think I'm going to have to go off of technicality and variety. So, in third place, I'd say HLS.
Of course.
I mean, I'm not even surprised at this point, Jesse. I mean, it's like it's like an
Part
automatic. Like I feel like
two.
it's
You don't guest star in a reality show. You're just cast.
Ah,
That's the technicality.
facts.
I'm sorry.
Facts.
Okay, it's your criteria. It's your criteria.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Also,
so
there's a lot of
Je-
reality shows on that list. You could have had a
Mhm.
little bit more variety because that's the spice of life.
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. The
What's wrong with
spice.
that?
Remember that, the spice of life. So,
Spice.
so Jesse, we do not care about second place.
Nope.
Who is the champion for this week?
Okay, and still going off of my other, the things that I said, variety super important to me. Technical accuracy also very important for me. But in the end, I get to decide because, I'm the Khaleesi right now. I'm
Yes,
the
you
mother
are.
of dragons. So just because I like it, I'm going to go for number one is logical with Game of Thrones.
Whoa! Game of Thrones. How do you guys not have Game of Thrones?
anymore?
How do you not have Game of Thrones on your list?
Just because
Because
I
if you
think
said House of Dragons, I would have been with
HBO
you.
is the best. It's the best.
Yes.
HBO is the
Yes.
best.
Yes.
You have to have an HBO show on there. I don't care if it's
You
The
have
Wire
to.
or
You could have thrown
Sopranos.
Sopranos, The Wire, all of those. Yes. Any
Yeah.
one of those.
Exactly.
But those shows no longer exist. That's what I'm trying to say.
That wasn't the criteria.
It wasn't the criteria.
What are
Yeah.
you talking about? Shows I'd like to get. I can't get spot on a show that doesn't exist anymore.
It's a fantasy. It's a fantasy because you're not gonna be on any of these shows anyway.
Jesse,
okay.
you don't.
You wait
you
until
made
I'm
the
on Hot Ones,
logical
and I'm like,
choice.
this is
The
for
logical
HLS.
We
choice.
could do Hot Ones. We could film it for content. Jesse said we need to be content creators. We'll do our own version of Hot Ones. We'll do truth
There
or
you
dare.
go.
Listen, you want
Oh, that'd be
variety. If
fun.
you're an actor and you want to be on, you want variety. You don't want to be typecast in a reality show or whatever. And that's what the challenge
Hello.
is, Jesse.
Yeah.
Right? The challenge is basically a bunch of previous reality show stars that are being brought back and over and over and over again for the challenge. So you're not necessarily missing much when when you said you haven't seen that show. But yes,
many-
variety, medical
how many-
drama,
How
government
many other
spiller,
shows
spy. Come
can
on.
you be strapped
Yeah,
to a
yeah.
speeding car shooting paintball pellets on a target? Like, why not? Like, why wouldn't you want to try that out?
We want
You don't need a
variety
show to do that. You can do that right
genre
now if you want to.
and representation. We want it all. We want a good
Yes.
representation of the whole landscape of the world.
Listen, I don't know
Including
if you guys
dragon.
think.
We need
Yeah.
dragon representation.
Yes. Lord, logical of how genius. Come on, like what? That
Jesse,
like you know what my flag, my sigil would be? It would be the meme guy that does this. Like that would be my sigil. Like the guy that's pointing to his head, like nodding. That's my sigil for the logical genius. For house genius.
Okay. I like that.
So Jesse, what would be on your 5 cents?
Yeah, I'm
for this
curious.
Yes.
Okay. So I also wasn't sure if I was supposed to pick things that I could guest star on now or if it was like of all time. That also confused me. So when I created my list, I went off of things that I could actually be on now.
Jesse, we were here. We were here.
But the rest of your list was
Oh.
trash, so you couldn't save it. You couldn't save that.
Jesse, we were here.
Yeah, we're on the same wavelength there. But then, I was like, I don't know which one it is. So I made a list of the things that I could do, and then I made some honorable mentions off to the side because I was like, if I could, I would, kind of thing. But
Oh.
it's not happening right now. So in the 5th spot is Beef from Netflix. We had the first season with Ali Wong and Steven Yeun, and
Mhm,
that show was weird and hilarious and just full of rage and also Asian representation. And I
Yep.
was just, I'm in whatever this ride is. I love A24. Let's go.
Good one.
That one is my 5th spot. On number 4, here's the connection here Logical and I would like to be on House of the Dragon
Oof.
because
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, Game of Thrones is great, but it's not happening right now. But you know
It's
what's
not.
happening right now? House of the
Because everyone
Dragon.
died. Everyone's
And
dead.
they are
Yes.
much better with representation. We have a whole black family on
We
there.
have a whole black family. Yes.
Yeah. And we have one Asian actor on there, but that's good. That's fine. There means there's space
Progress.
for
Progress.
I could be the second Asian actor on that show. So, to continue on my list, on third place, we have the one that's been hot off the, on Instagram right now, where everyone's talking about it. I mean, we are talking about it with the White Lotus, but that's not the show that I'm talking about. I would love to guest star on Severance. Their second season just ended. It was excellent. It just keeps getting better and better. I can't say enough good things about that show. And I'm also just in love with Trammell. He's everything to me right now. My acting icon at the moment. Okay. The second show, the number 2 on the list, is one of my favorite shows that I think is very not for everyone, but it is for people like me. And it's shot in Toronto, so I feel like I have a good chance of being on it. And that is The Boys.
That's a good show. I forgot about that.
That's HLS's show.
Good
The
show.
Boys.
Yeah, that one's, it's funny, it's dirty, it's got heroes, it's dramatic. Oh, everything about it is great. I'm just, waiting for that audition. That never happens,
Sure.
It will.
And they have 2 versions. You'll have Gen V too.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly. And they also shoot that in Toronto. And I studied at the University of Toronto when I, got my management degree, and they shot, I think, on that campus. And so I'm just like, God, I'm so close.
Hello, come on,
so
Prime
far.
Video, come on. MGM, I think MGM produces, right?
Yeah, or Sony. I don't know, but it's on Prime, and
It's on Prime. Come on,
I
Prime.
love that show. Gosh. Okay, but
Give Jessie a
now
call.
got to move on to my number 1 on the list, which, I'm an HBO girly. What you gonna do? I have to put The Last of Us on number 1.
Oh my God!
Okay, another good one.
It's coming back on Sunday.
Oh yes, it is.
Oh, I'm so ready.
One of the best video game adaptations of a show.
Agreed.
Thank you. Yes.
Love that show.
So I think The Last of Us is great. It was great in season 1. I'm excited for season 2. Season 2 was shot in Vancouver. So I'm like, I have such a good shot of being on this show. I actually auditioned for it twice. I didn't get cast, but hey, so close. And yeah, it's one of my favorite shows of the last 5 years.
It's a great show. Great show.
Yeah. Very good. Very good.
Thank you, Jessie, for sharing your 5 cents on the topic. What we did is we went and hit up the socials and asked the people what they thought on the topic. And this is what the people had to say. At number 5, we had the Wayans brothers. Remember, I think they have one of the best intros to a show ever. At number 4, we have Baywatch.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure we know why. At number 3, we got Good Times. At number 2, we have Law and Order SVU. And at number 1, we had Golden Girls. So
Golden Girls.
Golden Girls. Yeah. So I don't think the people understood the assignment. You can't be on Golden Girls if the Golden Girls aren't there. I mean, I just don't. But I digress.
If the masses went that direction, are they really wrong? Is that something that? Yeah,
Now, typically, I'm the people's champ, but me and the people didn't agree this time. So, Logical Genius, did you happen to ask AI what it thought about the topic?
Yes, Jessie. So AI is everywhere now, and it's going to probably start creating shows. I know there's an AI that's creating podcasts on its own, but so we asked ChatGPT. I gave it the same question. I didn't say present, past, or whatever. And here's the top 5 shows that it gave. And I'm surprised this one was on my close call list. But at number 5, it had The Mandalorian. If you're a Star Wars fan, Baby Yoda, sci-fi epic, Mandalorian, I get it. It makes sense. Number 4 was a very popular show. I know HLS and Social Joe, I think you both are fans of this as well. Is Breaking Bad. Really good show. Number 3, I kind of wanted to be on the show as well. Didn't make the cut. Stranger Things. Netflix show. Very popular. Takes place in the 80s with kids, whatever. So that's number 3. Number 2, another show that I probably wanted on my list was The Office. That is a great comedy. And number 1, of course, it had Game of Thrones. Lord Logical Genius of House. Lord Logical of House Genius.
You chat GPT'd your list, is what you're saying to me.
No, I didn't. I don't have one thing on my list that was the same. None of it was the same as my list. Breaking Bad wasn't even on my radar, to be honest with you. Breaking Bad wasn't on my radar. Mandalorian, The Office was. Stranger Things wasn't on my radar, although I love Stranger Things.
Yeah, good show.
But that was what ChatGPT had to say.
Yeah, you also have to think about whether these shows are shows where you could actually guest star in, right? Like not recurring, not just like a principal with like 3 lines or something. It's like guest star is a very specific kind of role that you would get. And so The Office, for example, has some great guest stars. Like Idris Elba is one of my favorite guest stars
on there.
The Office.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can guest star much on Breaking Bad, ? I feel like they just have their regulars and then smaller roles, maybe, you know?
Yeah.
What I'm surprised that people didn't mention was like
evil twins.
I'm surprised people didn't mention like Friends, right? Friends is a very popular show, and that didn't come up. Again, depending on if you take, if you decide whether or not it's a past show or a current show, but I would think Friends or even Seinfeld, stuff like that.
Yeah, and those shows are perfect for guest starring.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Jesse, before we go to the next part there, bonus question. Give us one from your honorable I wish I could all-time list that you had created.
Okay. Let's look at that. So at the top of that list is something that I was like, well, this is not going to happen ever, except I just found out maybe a month or 2 ago that they're doing a revival of it. And not just a revival of it, they're actually filming it in Vancouver. So at the top of my list is Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, no way.
Really? Get on that show, Jesse. We want to see you on Malcolm in the Middle.
I love to. I would give an arm and a leg to be with in a scene with Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show was great. It's like one of my childhood favorites. And then I recently rewatched it as an adult and I was like, this still slaps. I love it.
Yeah. I have to tune in.
So, Jesse, once again, thank you for being on the show. Do you have any projects or social media you want to shout out?
Absolutely. So at this point, still, acting my little heart out. I have, I think, 3 auditions this week. So wish me luck.
Good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I would shout out my Instagram, which is where you can find what I'm, keep up with me, see what I'm up to. Ooh, that's my phone. Sorry. And aside from my, what you can keep up with me on Instagram, it's also where I have my link. So on my link tree, there's all the things, right? If you want to book a coaching session with me, if you want to download like the free PDF with like tips and tricks that I give that are all kind of like unconventional, that's also available on there. You can find other podcasts that I've been on, interviews, my IMDb, like everything is on there. So I just funnel everyone into my Instagram, and that would be at Jessie Liang 21.
Nice.
Right.
Awesome.
So everybody out there, go give her a follow, please. So we're at the stage of the show where we're going to go ahead and say good night to the people. HLS, go ahead and kick us off.
Jesse, I thought we were here. We stepped in the wrong direction, but we'll get them next time. Thank you so much.
Next time.
Jesse, mi corso está pochido. Your decision making was quite questionable in this situation here, but I appreciate you as a guest. And as long as I guess I wasn't in third, right? HLS keeps his spot. I mean, that just makes me happy.
The streak alive.
Yeah, it just breeds energy. to me every time I hear third place in HLS. Good night, people. And Logical Genius and our champ for this week.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Oh, Jesse, first of all, thank you so much for being on the show. As Lord of House Genius, you made the most logical choice. The logical choice. And you know what happens? Where logic leads, genius follows. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
All right. And Jessie Liang and our very special guest, please say goodnight to the people.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so incredibly fun. I appreciate all of you with your very thoughtful lists. There are no losers in my point of view. Good night, everyone.